Hello, I'm attorney Sheri Abrams. My office is in Fairfax, Virginia, and for over 20 years I practiced special needs planning, Social Security disability, elder law, and estate planning. Today I'm going to talk to you about Social Security disability. In Virginia and all states, we have three types of Social Security disability programs that are available to different people. One, Social Security disability benefits themselves, or SSDI, Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, and Adult Disabled Child Benefit, which is called DAC. I'm going to talk about each one of those and who can qualify and how you qualify. A lot of this information is also available on my website, SheriAbrams.com, where you can download my free book, Don't Gamble with Your Social Security Disability Benefits. I also have a blog and a newsletter and an app. The first type of Social Security disability, SSDI, is for people who have worked and have worked in the right period of time. The majority of people who qualify have worked 40 quarters. So if you're 30 years old or older, you need 40 quarters, which really is 10 years of solid work. You also need to have worked 5 of the last 10 years to be what they call fully insured for benefits, be able to qualify for benefits. Now, the key to Social Security disability is that you are unable to do any work in the national economy. Now, that can be tricky for a lot of people because they either don't have the money to go to a doctor or they don't have a doctor who they're seeing regularly for whatever reason. But that is really the key in qualifying for Social Security disability, is if you have a treating doctor who's a specialist in what your ailment is. Now, you can get quite a lot of money from Social Security. It can run as high as $2,800 or so. However, it is based on how much you put into the system. So everyone is different. There's not a set amount that you would receive from Social Security disability. Now, if you do receive Social Security disability, you get to qualify for Medicare after 24 months. So that's an additional benefit to you. In addition, if you have any children under 18, they will get to share an additional half of your Social Security disability payment without yours being reduced. So Social Security disability, for those that are unable to do any work, is a valuable resource that should not be left on the table. The second type of Social Security disability benefits that I'm going to talk about today is Supplemental Security Income, SSI. And there are really two phases of that. One for children under 18 and one for people over 18. The amount you can get from SSI is limited to, in Virginia, $733 a month, and that does increase periodically. The key for a child under 18 is that the income of the parents are taken into consideration when they're determining if the child qualifies, because SSI is a needs-based program. You never had to work. You only have to have, however, less than $2,000 in your name. So therefore, if your parents are working, then the child will not qualify for SSI even if they are extremely disabled. But as soon as that child turns 18, then there's no more deeming of the parent's income and assets to the child. So if you have a disabled child, you should make sure that you have applied for SSI sooner rather than later when they turn 18. The person, the disabled child, is considered their own person. So they are entitled to not have deeming of the parent to them, and they're able to receive SSI if they're disabled and have less than $2,000 in their name. However, it's the same requirements to prove disability, meaning that you need to be able to prove that you're unable to do any work in the national economy. And that's when your doctor comes in. As I've said previously, it's so important that you have a treating doctor who's a specialist in what your disability is on your side, being willing to write something on your behalf saying that you're unable to do any work. Without that, you're going to find it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to get any of the disability programs, including SSI. Now, you may have heard one of my other videos talk about special needs trusts, and that is how, if you're receiving or trying to receive SSI, you can have your disabled child have less than that $2,000 limit, but still be able to provide extras for your child. The third type of Social Security disability program that you should be aware of is called a Disabled Adult Child Benefit. Now that will come into play if your disabled child was disabled and can be proved disabled before they turned age 22. They can then receive benefits based on the parent's benefit, because the SSI amount that we talked about previously is limited, at least in Virginia, to $733 a month. Not very much and very hard to live on. However, if the child was disabled before age 22 and a parent retires or passes away, the child will get a portion of that parent's benefit and will not subtract from the parent's benefit. So, if a parent retires, the child will get 50% of what the parent receives. So if a parent is receiving $2,000 a month in Social Security retirement, the child will receive $1,000 a month. Now also, if the parent passes away, that amount increases to 75%. Now what's great about Disabled Adult Child Benefit is that there's no $2,000 limit anymore, so you don't have to worry about that, even though in most cases I would suggest doing a special needs trust in addition, or even though you're getting Disabled Adult Child Benefit. Also, your child after 24 months will receive Medicare. So if they've been on Medicaid, they will get the additional benefit of Medicare. And there's really nothing you need to do to get this other than ask for it at the local office when you go in for retirement or when you're processing a deceased person's benefit. However, you need to plan when you're going to retire, taking this into consideration. Some people retire at 62 and they get partial Social Security retirement. Some people retire at 70, where they get the most amount they can get. So you need to plan with your financial advisor and your accountant and your attorney what would be the best time for you to take your retirement so that you are maximizing the amount that both you and your disabled child can receive.